Alright, so a quick look at this keyboard. So this is the PINKCAT KZ01. Personally, I didn't like it because of ergonomics and a lot of function that I'm using are not available. But the keyboard itself works fine, so some people might like this. So this is a compact keyboard, so I was already aware that some keys would be missing, so the keys in this area. If I look at a normal keyboard, I would have my insert, delete, home, and page up, page down, print screen, scroll lock, and pause. So if you use any of those keys, this keyboard is going to be a big letdown, because on a normal compact keyboard you could use a function along with the arrow to get your home and page up, page down back. But on this keyboard, those key combination doesn't work. There's nothing on this keyboard to show how to get those back, and the user instruction don't mention anything about it. Next issue is the function keys. So F1 to F12 on this keyboard, they all have a secondary function such as media playback and volume control. In order to get the regular F1 to F12, it would be Fn plus one of those keys. So on a lot of keyboard, there's a key combination to function lock, so we don't have to press Fn every time. For example, on this Cherry keyboard, that would be Fn plus control. Horrible key combination, by the way. On this Logic keyboard, that would be Fn plus escape, or you can do it in software. But on this keyboard from PINKCAT, there's no such key combination, and the user instruction doesn't mention anything about it either. So because there's no function lock, you're often stuck doing some weird key combination. For example, if you need to do control with one of the F keys, it's not so bad. It would just be control, Fn plus one of the keys. Now if you want to do the same with the Alt keys, this is when things get really complicated. So you have to basically hold Alt, Fn, and one of the F keys, then release the Fn key in order for the key combination to register. So obviously this is not so bad if you never use F1 to F12, but if you're used to do Alt F4 and Control F4, well, this keyboard is not for you. Next, let's talk about dimension. So if we're just talking about the back plate, this keyboard looks extremely thin. However, there's this big part here that sticks out and it makes the keyboard very tall towards the back. There's no leg you can flip out to balance it out. So because of it, when you have this on a desk and you're typing, you basically have to lift your wrist, and that makes it very uncomfortable. So I tried it, never got used to typing this way. I just made tons of mistakes, mostly with the B and the M and the N. It was just very horrible, to the point where I just rather grab a phone or something and just slip it underneath to just balance it out. So this way, it's a lot flatter and it's a lot more comfortable to use, and I was actually able to type very fast with very little mistake. So definitely not a good keyboard if you care about ergonomic adjustment. Moving on, let's talk about the key action. So these are butterfly keys, so they're supposed to be a bit more stable, but to be honest, I find they still wobble quite a bit. I think they would be nicer if they would be even more stable, and that they have quite a bit of travel, so it's not as shallow as they advertise to be. Comparing this to this K70 from Logitech, I would say that the keys on this one is a lot more stable, and it's about 0.5 millimeter less in travel, and because of it, typing on this just feels a lot crisper. This being said, this keyboard here is double the price, so something has to give, right? To be honest, typing on this keyboard is still very good as long as you lift the front to have a flat keyboard. I was able to type very fast with very little mistake. I think the key action is still pretty acceptable. If I was in a vacuum, I have nothing else to compare it to. I don't think I would complain much. The reason I don't like it right now is the lack of a function lock, and there's no key combination for home and page up, page down, something that I use quite a bit. Anyway, hopefully this is helping you out. Thank you very much for watching.